สวัสดีครับยินดีต้อนรับสู่ HPAIR
Здравствуйте, добро пожаловать в HPAIR.
Xin chào các bạn. Hi, 欢迎来 HPAIR.
आपका स्वागत है HPAIR में
HPAIR'ga hoş geldinizler.
Welcome to closing ceremony of HPAIR 2021 Asia Conference.
Over the past 4 days, we've heard from over 50 speakers around the globe. We've hosted 1,000 delegates across 30 different countries in executive seminars and keynote speeches. Let's hear more from Amy and Angela.
This year's HPAIR conference featured a fantastic lineup of keynote speakers, ranging from the CEOs of the big three consulting firms, Bain, BCG, and McKinsey, to some top leaders in tech, the CTO of Facebook, co-founder of Wikipedia, and founder of Twitch, to some powerful women such as US Trade Ambassador Catherine Tai and NASA astronaut Jessica Meir. One of the speakers we like to highlight is the CEO of AT&T, Ann Chow. Not only was she our first speaker, but she's also the first woman of color to receive the CEO title in AT&T history. She's also responsible for the communication systems for first responders, helping them do their jobs in times of need, like the COVID-19 pandemic, also a time where we are in need of more connection and communication than ever.
Thank you, Amy and Angela. We've been fortunate enough to hear from speakers in large keynote addresses as well as more intimate settings such as executive seminars.
Let's hear from Yinkar, our Corporate Relations Associate, for more.
Our 17 executive seminars in this conference featured speakers from a range of different fields, such as public policy leaders like Mr. Yukon Huang, Dr. Arubana Ghosh, experts in science and technology including Alex Liu, Jamie Lin, artists and communication professionals like Julian Tse, Dr. Shraddha Chakraborty. One particularly liked by many delegates was with Diana Lee, the co-founder and CEO of Constellation Agency. She shared her journey of starting a woman-owned and minority-owned startup, which is now one of the fastest growing businesses in the US. And she motivated every delegate to ask for more from now on.
Wow, I heard the delegates asked some great questions at the executive seminars.
Up next, we're going to hear from Fresh, another Corporate Relations Associate, for our Impact Challenge.
In the Impact Challenges for the HPAIR Asia Conference 2021, we invited the delegates to ponder and solve real-world issues ranging from healthcare and technology to entrepreneurship and sustainability. We had Novid, one of the world's most sophisticated COVID contact tracing apps, Potato Productions, a startup in Singapore specializing in design and education, and the UNDP, who aim to tackle the SDGs. Please remember that we will announce the Impact Challenge winners after the conference. The deadline will be the 24th of August, and we wish you all the best of luck.
Thanks, Fresh.
Next up, we will be hearing from Marion about our
Around the World
competition winner.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the HPAIR show. My name is Marian, and I'm on the marketing and communications team for HPAIR. Tonight, I will be announcing the 3 winners of our HPAIR Around the World contest. First, I will explain the rules of how the lottery works. Each delegate has completed different tasks worth different amounts of points. Each point corresponds to a ticket, and the more tickets that you have, the more likely you are to win. However, this does not mean that the person with the most points will necessarily win. Remember that luck is a skill too. The marketing and communications team has gone through tens of thousands of submissions to verify them all, so we've saved this event specifically for the closing ceremony. Now for the prizes. The winner of the 3rd place prize will win a one-on-one call with the HPAIR presidents, a free ticket for you and your loved one to the HPAIR Asia Conference 2022, and 1 free purchase of a Harvard hoodie from the Coop on us. And the winner of the 3rd place prize is Anusha Naidu. The winner of the 2nd place prize will win 1 free Apple iPad shipped to your door, a one-on-one Zoom call with the CTO of the World Bank, HPAIR presidents, and Mr. Martin Roll, along with the prizes that the 3rd place winner will receive. And the winner of the 2nd place prize is Mai Tan Tian. The winner of the first place prize will win a free trip to the HPAIR Harvard Conference 2022, all expenses covered, to visit campus. This delegate will also have the opportunity to moderate one of the keynote sessions with a speaker, sit at a VIP table for VIP dinner with all of our keynote speakers, and also win 2 free tickets to HPAIR's Asia Conference in 2022. And the winner of the first place prize is Sunakshi Jain. Thank you for watching the HPAIR show. This is Marian signing off.
Congratulations to the winner, and we cannot wait to meet you.
Up next, we have Raymond and Chloe from our Delegate Experience team.
Thank you everyone for joining iNight. We have delegates from China, Vietnam, India, and more, sharing their stories of resilience and also bring us their traditional dance and singing. I hope you all enjoyed iNight, and thank you all for joining.
This conference, we also hosted our second trivia night, where over 300 delegates participate in a fun night of general knowledge and won a grand prize of an iPad. I'm happy to announce that the winner of this iPad is PV Alamania.
Wow, we have some really smart delegates. Speaking of delegates, next up is an interview of our past delegate turned president, interviewed by our very own exec, Eric Lin!
Since 1991, HPAIR has seen over 40,000 delegates at our conferences. To celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we wanted to hear the story of one particular delegate tonight. Thank you for joining us, Jennifer. Can you talk about your experience as a delegate at the first time at Kuala Lumpur 2018?
Yeah, sure. So I just graduated from high school at that time, and I heard about HPAIR conference from one of my seniors. And so I decided to fly to Kuala Lumpur from Oman, and then I attended this 5-day conference in Malaysia at Sunway University. And so it was honestly my first time to join like such a big conference with over like 600, 700 delegates. And so one of my favorite sessions is the Impact Challenge session, where I got to work with my teammates, where I just met for like a couple of days. And we have to like brainstorm come up with the presentation and to solve one of the most urgent problems in the world. And so it was a very intense 5-day conference, because we have to finish that in like one day basically. And so I felt I learned a lot after that conference, because I had to come up with a solution and presentation and present it in front of like everyone in such a short time. And I feel like that after that conference, it really gives me a lot of like power to kind of like know everybody are also able to change the world, even no matter like how small things you are doing. So that's kind of like a quick summary of my experience in the 2018 conference.
That's really cool to hear. And I'm sure a lot of delegates are feeling the same thing, even though it's virtual this year. And we do know a lot of teams are already bidding for the next conference. Can you talk about what made you decide to bid and why?
So the reason why I started to bid for the conference is because I had like a really severe car accident back in 2018, right after I attended the Asia conference. And then it's really the time that I'm like closest to death. And I was like thinking that what if I just left the world like the next day? What do I want to do, or like what will I regret not to do? And so I started to think about like what I wanted to do, and also like make a jot down on the list. And I thought that I was a pilot at that time, and so I didn't really have like a lot of like experience in doing things other than flying an airplane or like engineering, because that's what I studied. And so I heard of this like bid session during the conference, and I was like, yeah, maybe I should do this. But I'm not aware that how intense this like 6 months will be until I really go on like hands-on experience and like gathering all my teammates, and also reaching out to government officials for like supporting letters, and basically finishing and also get together all the logistics. So I feel like that is the time when I'm most stressed out after bidding for the conference. But after 2 years of bidding, I feel like that's kind of like something I really enjoy. And so I'm also very grateful for having a team that supports my journey until now.
Yeah, that's a very moving story about inspiration of wanting to have some impact. And you mentioned building that team, and especially for these past 2 years during COVID, we've had ups and downs with team members leaving and joining. Can you talk about what you look for or how to build a team for people trying to bid?
Yeah, so I think that three most important things while gathering a team, like at least from my own experience, is moving from the I mindset to the we mindset. And because, setting also setting a goal is very important because you have to have a goal so everyone can achieve together. And so our goal at that time is to bring the Asia Conference to Taipei, which is our hometown, and we tried very very hard to gather all the supports from like either like co-host universities or like from our even from our parents, because some of them like don't really support us like spending a lot of time other than schoolwork, like traditional Asian family things, to do like something that you're not sure if you will get the result. But I personally think that this is a very cool experience that you'll never like kind of like never ever experience it again if you miss this chance. And so we decided to do this. And so we also like reached a consensus of like what we want and what we like blueprint, like made a blueprint of what we want to achieve in the Asia conference. Even though this is a virtual conference, but there are a lot of things we couldn't do, but we still kind of like managed to kind of like have some small details that we want to like we dream of having in this conference. And so the second thing I think that's very important is know everyone is special and people are all talented in different ways. So sometimes like I'm personally more like better in like logistics things, and also like maybe not written things, but know like I'm better at like arranging small details and like make sure everything goes smoothly in the conference. And so people might have like different talents, different talents and different things that are very good at. And so I think that maybe you don't see them like being very active in this specific area doesn't mean that that is not suitable for your team, because this is a conference and there are like very like many different aspects in this conference. So I think that gathering people who are talented in different aspects is very important, and also know that everyone is special is also important. And so the third thing I will say is respect each other, because we come from like different families, we have different backgrounds, and we also are raised in different ways. And so people might have different mindsets, especially we are gathering and arranging this conference for people from different backgrounds, like all our delegates are from different countries. And so I feel like when brainstorming about like certain ideas or coming up with certain solutions, it's very important to respect each other's like what they're thinking and also their opinions.
Thank you so much for sharing your journey. It's the HPAIR team and family is so lucky to have you, and you've been the backbone of the host conference organizing team as well as just HPAIR family in general. Thank you.
Thank you.
For the last 3 years, these two men have worked tirelessly for HPAIR, working from associates to directors and now our presidents. We are very thankful for their dedication and devotion to our organization.
Now, giving their final goodbyes, Eric Lin and Zeal Patel.
One resounding sentiment at the core of HPAIR is the importance of people. This conference, we've been blessed to be interacting with so many different speakers and delegates from different cultures and backgrounds. Check out the presidential AMA screenshot right now. As we look forward to future conferences, Zeal, the rest of the team, and I are so excited for the potential of bringing back in-person conferences. Make sure to talk with your fellow delegates if you're interested in bidding, and we're so excited to see everyone in person again.
Delegates, we hope you enjoyed hearing from our world-class speakers from all around the world, whether it was the big three consulting CEOs, the United States trade ambassador, or government ministers and celebrities from many different walks of life. They came to this conference for you, and they built this HPAIR experience just for you. And we hope that you enjoy taking the lessons and insights that they've drawn throughout their career and applying them to the whole host of problems that exist throughout the world. It's the creativity and insights that they're passing on to you that we hope you take and leverage in a unique way to solve the world's problems.
As we near the end of this conference, I invite you to reflect back on the previous 4 days as well as our conference theme, Reinvention with Resilience. Reinvention is so important as we transition into the post-pandemic world, and we need future leaders like you to bring us to it. Resilience is something we learned the hard way over the course of the past year and a half, where so many issues were thrown at us, and we had to work together, not technology alone or policy alone, but together in the same room as we discuss the path forward. As we move on from HPAIR, bring these lessons and these discussions back to your home communities and spread the word. Thank you.
And so, thank you, delegates. For Eric and I, it's been the honor of a lifetime to serve as your co-president. And this conference for us was really quite a special one. For the two of us, this is our last HPAIR conference in our college history. And we really wanted to make this such a special experience for all of you to bring together the world's best speakers and the world's best delegates. And so we couldn't have done this without many of the people that supported us. And so we owe them a few thank yous. First, a huge shout out to our entire team from all around the world, whether it's those folks based in the United States, the folks in Dubai, the folks in Taiwan, or the folks in Kazakhstan. Our team was truly global, and we couldn't have pulled off this entire conference without them. And so thank you to all of you that are dialed in right now. Second, a huge thank you to our sponsors and our speakers who helped facilitate this conference and help bring together the world's best talent. We're really grateful for the time that they committed and all of the resources and energy that they provided to help facilitate this entire session. Third, a huge thank you to our HPAIR alumni and Harvard alumni for the past 30 years whose foundation and bedrock we've been sitting on to make this conference such a fantastic experience. And lastly, and most importantly, a thank you to all of you as the delegates, whether you're dialing in from India, from China, from Korea, from all of these different time zones around the world. We heard you, and we heard all of the great experiences that you wanted to bring, and we hope we brought you that at this HPAIR conference. And so no matter where you're dialing in from, whether it's good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, we wanted to say from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. It's been the honor of our lifetime to serve as your co-presidents. And with that, we wanted to say goodbye from Dubai, and we hope to see you at our future HPAIR conferences. Thank you.